Hey guys, I'm sending my Porsche Boxster Spyder here to Mike's garage for a checkup, but I want to take this moment to talk about my favorite modification for my car. I own this now for 4 years, and I think if you are a Porsche Boxster owner or Cayman owner, this would be something you want to mod on your car if you enjoy driving, right? So I'm going to take you through the mods, and I'm going to later take you to see Mike why this mod is so important. So it's actually visible right here. Okay, can you see those red things? Those are the suspension mounts that I just installed my car, right? So one of the issues of this car that persists for me is actually the front mounts are hydraulic. So what happens with these hydraulic mounts is that it keeps breaking, it keeps leaking. So what happens is my car dips down a little bit lower, and that really messes with the handling, especially my car is already so low. So I scrape my car, I bottom out my car, but more importantly, it becomes a bit unsettled. It's a bit dipping to the front, so it's usually more oversteery, which can be all fun, but sometimes you want that stability, okay? So Mike suggested a really smart way of dealing with this is why don't we get rid of the hydraulics and use this solid state mount. So I got introduced to Turret, and my feedback to this is I was expecting something really harsh, but it was actually really, really good. Only when I go through cobble roads, it's really noisy, but 99% of my driving is still super pliant, but it handles better as well. And pairing this together with the KW V3s I'm using for more than 2.5 years, I trash my car, I drive it a lot, it's still holding up. What I like about Mike's garage is that they're really focused on the drivability of the car, the enjoyment of the car, and I believe it starts with the handling. Okay, so before I go in, I'll talk about the rear as well. For those of you who have Porsche Boxsters or 911s, you may know that the mounts are actually silicone. Okay, and the first time I experienced this was the silicone mounting itself was starting to degrade. I think it's because of the heat. So the engine is so close, the exhaust pipes are so near to the suspension, so that thing just degrades like ham choy, right? In Chinese we call it like salted vegetables, or maybe German it's like sauerkraut, right? It breaks like a sauerkraut. When that breaks, you start to feel the rear move a little bit more. Okay? So the solid state mounts solves entirely around that. I don't think it has much negative impact to the noise in the car, which I expect it to be, but actually I like the right quality right now. And when it comes to handling, what I love about this is that because it's solid state mounts, especially for the rear. Now, one thing about the mounts, it plays a huge effect on your stability of the car. For those of you who drive track, you know those fast sweeping corners and those fast bends. When you put a lot of G-force in the car, with the silicone mounts, the original mounts, it feels like I'm losing camber when I need it the most. And it makes sense because it's soft, right? So I used to have negative 0.2 camber, which is quite aggressive for my Porsche Boxster Spyder on stock with my KWs. But now I'm running less than -2. I'm running, in fact, -1.8 on my Spyder. But what I'm feeling on the fast sweeping bends, I feel the camber is more, and pair it up with the KWs is really a match made in heaven, especially when you love driving. Okay, so right now, enough of my talking, right? I want to send my car in for a checkup because we just done the 6,000 kilometers. It's been 2.5 years since I've been trashing my KWs around. I'm going to get the health check. I'm going to head in to talk to Mike and let him explain to you what they do and why I highly recommend if you want to enhance your driving, go and see Mike. Yeah, because they're not just your regular workshop or tuner. Let's go. DNA tuning, that's their power upgrade, and they also bring in velocity AP stuff, which is really good for your Aston Martins and Jaguars. Hello, Uncle Mike. Hello. So, Mike, I want to introduce you to our viewers. I know that there are some videos we've done before, but specifically, I want them to know why so many car lovers send their car to you, including myself, Bobby, and you got a couple of 911s always come here as well. Yeah. I always tell people it's because, you know, when you send your car to Mike, you're not just fixing your car, you're actually enhancing the car drivability. But that takes passion, that takes experience, and it takes somebody who likes cars, right? If you look at him like this, you see I have a lot of respect for Uncle. He's my uncle, right? Okay, but he drives like a punk. Okay.
No. I drive like an uncle.
There's a saying that goes, if you got white hair you drive fast means that you survive the natural selection. Because those who are bad driver already gone already, right? So you're still around and still driving fast. Oh, drive good. Okay.
Drive well.
Yeah. So primarily, I'm using KW V3s.
V3s,
right? So
yes.
Maybe you can share with people what is the V3 mean? Because it's three-way adjustable, right?
Yes, yeah, exactly. KW, there are V1, V2 and V3.
Yeah.
So V1 is the system where you can only adjust the height. Okay, you cannot adjust the damping at all. Okay, and then V2 is the system where the shocks, you get one more adjustment at the shocks, which is the rebound. With V3, you get the compression adjustment as well.
Got it.
That's why they call it V3. So you get your height adjustment, your rebound adjustment, and your compression adjustment. Yeah.
How does the compression and rebound, how does it affect the ride?
Oh, okay.
For me, it's like it's a spring, it's a damper, So,
yeah, so you have the spring,
yeah,
that holds the car up, right?
Yeah.
So you have the damper that actually stops the spring from oscillating. So if you don't have a damper, if you press any springs and you just release it, right, you start bouncing.
So the damper helps to stabilize the spring a bit.
Correct.
Okay.
And with the KWs, what we are adjusting when we say the rebound and compression, we are only adjusting the high speed.
High speed?
Yes.
Because the spring handles a low speed.
Yes, right. Yes. So the low speed and the high speed is again different.
So speed, not the car speed, right? You
yes.
mean
the damper speed.
The damper speed, right?
Yes.
So whether it's a joke or whether it's a...
Yes.
So what is rebound and how and what is compression?
Okay, compression is the compression stroke.
Means how much is allowed to compress.
And how hard you can control it.
So it's always harder, better in the...
it depends.
Depends.
Depends on the setup, what spring rates you have, what car you're running, tires.
So it's not as simple to say the harder the better, because some people think, the car too much body roll, no good, right? People think that the stiffer the better, but not necessarily the truth.
Not necessary. Not necessary.
What are the dangers if the car is too stiff, right?
Especially out on road, when it's too stiff, you're going to run into a lot of bump steer.
Means that the car will jump up and then you lose contact with the floor.
And if you can imagine, right, if your car is very hard, and then there's a bump in between the road, let's say you're going through a corner, right, there's a bump, right? So if the suspension is not absorbing, what happens to the car? The front will jump out, right? And what happens? Your weight transfers to the back. And then by the time your weight transfers to the back, your rear tires will hit the same bump. So again, you hit another bump. So the car will oscillate.
I see.
So and then when you are driving, you feel the weight transfer back and front.
I see.
And then you feel that at certain point there's no grip.
I see. And that's particularly happening also in rainy, wet.
Yes.
It's dangerous lah.
Correct.
Okay. Yes. So that's the compression. And the rebound side. Okay.
The compression and rebound lah.
Both.
The rebound side is when the shocks extend up.
I see.
After the compression. What's the speed?
So one is the absorption, one is the pushback.
Yes.
I see.
Yes.
So if it's too stiff, then you have, like you said, that issue to be dangerous.
Yes.
I think that's why I got a couple of friends who tried some other brands. I think it's not so reputable brands, and they go through, let's say our favorite Genting Road, not going fast, 60, 70, and then it was wet, and suddenly the car just snapped.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because of the weight transfer.
Yeah.
And also, what's happening is that your wheel, the nose, is actually lifting off at a certain point.
I see.
Because when it's hard, your suspension is slow to rebound. When it's slow to rebound, what happens? Your whole weight of the car will transfer down.
So it's not just as straightforward as Stifel is better, or any brand you buy is better. It's how you use the rebound and suspension.
Correct.
That's the biggest challenge with suspension tuning. Is a lot of it comes with feeling, and it comes with experience, comes with testing and failure, and that's why guys and I know it may sound like I'm just promoting Mike. Maybe we have the same surname, but here's the truth. Don't just look for the cheaper suspension, because it's really your safety It's really your experience. So you need someone to be able to tune the suspension, right? Because there are so many adjustable, so many possible scenarios to get the best out of your car. And every car is different, right?
Every car is different.
So guys, getting suspension upgrades isn't just buying the brand and slapping in the car. It's a lot about tuning and adjusting. And after 2.5 years using KWs, I love it. It improves the handling. It gives me more camber adjustments. So I did the Gymkhana in 2024 in Dusttraffen, it's Porsche Gathering, right? And everyone's watching you drive around this little track, right? Autocross. And I went and got up second place. And I think the turret mount plus the KWs was my secret weapon because on the exterior it looks just like stock. Yeah. And I got a tank mic for this because we keep facing this issue. So no back and forth feedback. And then he suggested we go to this technology, right? So, again, it's not about what brand you use, it's how you use it. So thanks, Mike. All right, I really enjoy this. Right, and just before we leave, if you want more tuning stuff, it's not just the suspension. They also tune engine. They tune my engine. But I know your tuning is great. I love it. But I'm more of a handling guy. So and it's very difficult to find someone who can handle subjective explanation of the car, right? Guys, here's Mike's garage. Right, and you know where to find that. Put the link in the description below. Right. As always.
Thomas.
Thanks, Mike.
Yeah,
right. Okay.
welcome.
And before we go, look, this is what they do. Right. They do a lot of study. It's not just like install pasang. They discuss. So when you send your car over, don't expect Mike to faster rush the car out for you. They have to do some work to get it to perfection. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Thanks, Mike. All right. See you. Have a nice day.
Thomas.
Right. Thanks. Right, guys. So if you enjoy content like this, please subscribe. You know where to find Mike's Garage. As always, thanks for watching and keep it 100.